Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of The Gift of Giving. For those who are tuning in for the first time, this program features and focuses on non-profits, 501c3s and foundations based right here in the state of Nevada. Today's guest is the Executive Director of Foreclosed Upon Pets. Her name is Mary Howard, and I'd like to welcome you. Mary, thanks for coming and taking time out of your day.
We appreciate it.
You're the Executive Director, so congratulations on
Thank
that. So, first of all, would you like to give us a brief overview of the organization and when it was founded and the mission?
We were founded in 2008 during the housing crisis. Our founder had a lot of friends in the real estate business, and they would go into homes and find animals left when people bailed on their homes. They were calling him and saying, "What can we do? Can you help us?" So he founded the organization, which is the name Foreclosed Upon Pets. We currently do more than just homes or people that are being foreclosed upon. We will take animals from people whose parents have died and the children aren't able to take the animals in anymore, or we do take in strays. We rescue from the local animal shelter when we can, and we'll take them pretty much any way, provided that they are a pet that we can have around other pets.
Yes.
It can't be a dog or a cat that is very, very vicious towards other animals, because all of our fosters have other animals. So we have to have them be pet safe at the very least.
Gotcha. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Now, your pets, you specialize just in dogs and cats,
yes,
right?
Dogs
They're
and
the
cats
only two
yes.
pets. Okay.
Yes.
And so there are lots of non-profits here in the state of Nevada and certainly in Las Vegas. What was the catalyst that made you join Foreclosed Upon Pets?
We had just moved here from Southern California, and we had a dog that we brought with us. I needed dog food and some other things, so I went to the PetSmart closest to my house, and Foreclosed Upon Pets was set up outside doing an adoption event.
Uh-huh.
So I, talked to them for a few minutes and signed up to become a volunteer.
Uh-huh.
And I love dogs. I love cats too, but unfortunately I'm allergic, so I can't have a cat.
Yes.
But I love dogs, so I thought perfect way to get my dog fix in addition to my own.
Yes.
And then after a few years, our founder was getting ready to retire, and he was also the executive director, and he asked me if I would like to become the executive director, and I said, okay, not having a clue what it was going to involve. But it's been good. It's been a really, really good time.
Sometimes you're better off not knowing what's involved. Otherwise, you would never take the plunge, probably.
That's true.
So what year was that when you moved here? And
we moved here in 2011, and it was like in November of 2011. I think it was in February or March that I went and saw the puppies for their adoption.
Yeah, so it's been over a dozen years that you've been involved then.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time to commit.
Yes.
And how much of your time does it take every week?
Basically 24/7.
Oh.
I mean, not exactly. I do sleep occasionally, but basically it's a full-time job. Some days I feel I worked harder at this than I did when I was working a paying job.
Sure.
But we are all volunteers. Nobody gets paid within the organization. So, we're pretty much available when people need us. I mean, obviously we're not a 24/7 operation.
No, but you're there.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to ask you about, and hopefully it will help our viewers, we keep hearing that there's an awful lot of animal abuse. And what path should the viewing public take if they see an animal being abusive as a neighbor, or they see it in the street or something like that? Should they call the police? Should they reach out to an organization like yours?
They should call animal control.
Animal control.
First. And there are different numbers for the different cities. So Las Vegas proper has one number, Henderson has a number, North Las Vegas has a number, and the county has a separate number. But that's the first line of defense.
Okay.
Animal control now has, I believe, a special division that investigates the abuse charges.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't get through to animal control, they can try calling 311.
Okay.
and let them know as well. But animal control is the first line for any abuse situations.
Gotcha. And now, does animal control, do they ever contact you and say, you know what, we've got this abused dog or abused cat? Can you help us out?
Yes,
So
and
they
again,
have,
depending on the situation, we may or may
Yes.
not be able to help out. But
Yes.
we will do what we can.
yes, that's got to be heartbreaking
Absolutely.
when you see some of these pets come in and the abuse that they've been put through.
Absolutely.
Do you find you get a lot of calls after the holidays, after Christmas, where the kid's been given a pet, a puppy or something, and they can't take care of them? Or
Yes. Yes. Sadly, we do.
You get a lot of phone calls
because
around
they're so
about the
cute.
holidays.
Especially right now, there is an overabundance of huskies in the valley.
Wow.
Which is very odd considering that this is the desert.
Yes.
And huskies are normally a cold weather animal,
Yes.
but people get them when they're puppies because they're cute and they're fluffy.
Yes.
And it's going to be so much fun. And then they grow up.
Yes.
And huskies have unique personalities. They talk a lot. They like to investigate things that perhaps they shouldn't, like countertops. And they can be destructive if they're not properly supervised.
Yes.
So then people are like, oh, can't take care of this animal anymore. Take it off my hands. But yeah, you should always, if you're going to get an animal, whether it be a dog or a cat, research the breed first. That's the most important thing. Because they all have characteristics that you may not be willing to tolerate.
Yes. That's a very valuable piece of advice, because I think we've all been into pet stores and you just look at these puppies and they've got these cute expressions on their faces, and some of them
been there too.
and you just want sort of, well, I'll take this one and that one and that one.
Yes.
And it's not practical or realistic. So that's excellent advice.
Yes.
Do research on the breed of dog or cat, for that matter too. So when you take all these pets in, either from literally being foreclosed upon, or you're called upon by animal control or families that have got puppies, where are all these pets housed while they're waiting for adoption or foster care?
Our dogs are all housed in foster homes. We do not have a brick and mortar facility at all.
Okay.
The cats are in foster homes, or the PetSmarts have what we call the cat condos. If you've been in a PetSmart, you've seen where they have the little area with the little houses.
Yes.
And they'll stay there for 7 to 10 days. And then we pull them out so that they can decompress, because cats can stress very easily, very quickly. So we don't leave them in there for months at a time. They're in there at the most maybe 14 days, and then they go out and go into a foster home. So
you have a list of foster homes, presumably, and foster parents. And you're always looking for more?
Absolutely. The more we have, the more animals that we can help.
Okay. We'll get into that in the second, in the next section. If people want to adopt a pet, is there a fee for the adoption?
There are. They vary by the animal, the age of the animal, how long we've had the animal. Sometimes if we've had them for several years, we will lower our fees. Our fees are what, for the most part, cover all the medical that is required. A lot of times we get the animals, they're not spayed or neutered. So we have to do that, because we will not adopt an animal out that is not spayed or neutered. We update them on all their vaccines, and we will make sure to microchip them as well and get a general health check on all the animals. And the cats are all I always get this confused, FELV, FIV tested to make sure that they don't have that disease, which I'm not real familiar with it, because again, I can't have cats, so I'm not as familiar with the cat diseases as I am with the dogs. But it's a very serious thing. So we always test them for that before we will take them into our organization.
Okay.
So our fees are comparable to most, although a lot of places will, like the Animal Foundation, for example, will do a free adoption weekend. We are not able to do that because we don't have the funds to cover all that and then give an animal away. So
Well, especially if you're giving away and you do all, make sure that they've got all
Yeah.
the medical records that are needed
Yeah.
at that time. So I think most people would understand that,
Yeah.
and they don't have to go through those expenses
Right.
themselves.
And on our website, if you go to look at the animals, whether it be a dog or a cat, the adoption fee will be listed with the biography of the animal. So you will know up front what it's going to be.
Sounds good. We're going to take a brief sponsorship break, and we're going to pick up on this adoption when we get back. Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business. Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at pacificcoastcap.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back, Mary Howard from Foreclosed Upon Pets.
Yes.
Always want to say foundation of, but it's Foreclosed Upon Pets.
You can also call us Fuppy.
Fuppy, there you go.
Like puppy.
Fuppy like puppy. That's a wonderful way to remember it.
And it's easier to say than Foreclosed Upon Pets.
So it's just staying with the adoptions and foster homes. So right now, you were talking about fees for adoptions. Now, what if people are foster homes? There's no fee for...
No cost to them at all. We take care of anything that they should need. If they need food, if they need toys, beds, blankets.
Okay.
And we take care of any medical that should arise while they have the pet.
Okay.
Their only requirement is to give it lots of love. With the dogs, to bring them to adoptions on Saturdays, and we have 2 adoption locations, so whichever one works out best for them, they can go to that location. For the cats, sometimes we ask them to transport, sometimes we have transporters that can bring them to the condos when it's their time.
Uh-huh.
We do ask that they have a room where they can keep the cats separate from their cats if they have them, just for safety of both animals.
Yes. Do you ever get the situation where a foster home's got a dog and a cat, and they take on another cat, and the dog mauls them or gets them to fight? Has that ever happened?
Not yet.
Thank God for that.
I've heard of it happening, but not with our organization.
Sure. Good. You're doing something right.
Yeah, we do check the people out. I mean, we don't do a full-on, FBI background check,
No.
But we do ask questions and check things out to make sure that it's going to be a safe environment for the animal.
And that segued into my next question. What background checks do you do, if any? So you kind of answered that.
Yeah.
But
and we talk to the people. Talking to someone is the best way to find out what's going on, because you can ask questions and all of a sudden they'll say something and you like, oh, red flag. This might not work.
Yes.
Or, you just can tell from talking to them that they're going to be the best available home in the whole wide world. And that goes for fosters as well as adopters.
Yes. Well, with all your experience over the years, you probably know the red flags.
Oh, yeah.
People, as you said, they'll say something that's a red flag, and you probably know what all those red flags are.
Yeah, I know. And you ask a question like with the dogs, where will it sleep at night? Well, in the backyard. Well, thank you, but no.
Yes.
Or with the cats. Well, yeah, as soon as I get the cat in my house, I'm going to declaw it. Okay, thank you, no.
Yes.
Yeah. So they usually will be honest when they're talking to you, and then you can make decisions.
Yes. Well, they obviously love pets in their own way, and they're doing what they think's right.
Yes,
and sometimes
people have different ideas. Different cultures have different ideas about how animals are trained.
Yes.
My animals are my family. They're my babies.
Uh-huh.
But to some people, they're just pets, they're just animals. So, not that that's wrong.
Amusement,
but
yes. Yes, well, we all see different things in different...
Yes, absolutely.
Now, there's separate forms for adoption and foster homes that people... Yeah. So is the first process that people fill out an application form, and then you review them, and you call them and invite them in for an interview?
Yes.
Is that how the system works?
Or basically to meet us usually we meet them at the store.
Okay,
because,
gotcha.
again, we don't have an
you
office.
You don't have brick and mortar.
Yeah,
Yes, so you'll arrange
Yeah.
and set up
yeah,
an
we have an
appointment
adoption
time.
application for dogs,
Gotcha.
adoption application for cats, and foster separate for each one, because there are, a couple different questions that you have to ask
Yes,
regarding cats as opposed to dogs. So
yes.
they're all listed on our website. So if you go to our website, you'll find everything that will answer almost every question you can possibly have.
Okay. Now, moving on a little bit, you partner with an organization, or there's an organization on your website that does training with pets,
Yes.
and they help train and prepare the dogs for adoption, if I'm reading it correct on the website. Let's take a look at the video. I've got a brief video here.
While we do focus on basic obedience at Podtastic Friends, it's really important to get them out to stretch their legs and have fun. Just being a dog is more valuable than anything to them.
Wow. Okay, that's a cute brief video that shows somebody actually training the dogs, and I guess this you farm out to Portastic Friends,
Yes.
and some other organizations you
Well,
partner with, or mainly Portastic?
For training, no, just mainly Podtastic Friends. We do have one of our board members is also a dog trainer, so she will help us when the dogs have gone into a home already and maybe they're acting out a little bit and the adopter doesn't necessarily know what to do. We will have her call them and say, try this, try this, try this. Podtastic Friends has been around for a while. I'm not sure when they were founded, but they work almost exclusively with the rescues in Las Vegas, helping to train the rescue dogs to help get them better adopted. We don't send all of our dogs there.
No.
It's just the ones that may need a little bit of guidance.
Now, what about when they go into foster homes, if they're young puppies and need help training? Do you make that a condition that if you're going to foster this dog, you need to take it to there, or you don't make it a condition?
Because again, some people have had enough dogs that they know how to take care of them. They know what they want the dog to do. So it's easier. Really, with dog training, you're not training the dog, you're training the people on how to react to the dog and what to do to help the dog.
Mhm.
The dog is basically going to do what it wants to do. And if you let it get away with that,
Yes.
that's on you then.
Yes. How many people do you have in your foster care library of names, approximately?
Maybe about 20. We could use 50.
Oh, no, I'm sure. I'm sure. And how long are the foster periods for? Is it until somebody takes the dog or the cat?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
so it could be 3 months, 6
it could
months?
we've had as short as 1 day.
Oh, wow.
And we've had as long as like a year and a half.
Wow.
We will never put a dog down just because we've had it too long. Because they all find homes eventually. So the fosters all understand that it could be a long time. If for some reason it's not working and they feel they just can't do it anymore, we will find a new foster for the dog. Or if the particular dog isn't working in their house, they still want to foster, but just not with that particular dog or cat.
Yes.
We'll switch it up and make it so that it can work for them.
I was going to ask if you swap out, if the dog doesn't get on well with the owners, or vice versa.
We
so
just
you
had that
swap
with
out.
one dog that she was picking fights with the owner's dogs, or
Yes.
the foster's dogs, and so she's moved on to another foster home, and that person will find a new dog to foster.
Okay. And what kind of matching do you actually do with people that want to adopt a dog? When you interview them, do you think, oh, this dog would be nice for them? Or do they pick out the dog and they say, we want to adopt this dog?
Normally they will pick out the dog.
Okay.
We ask them, with the dogs, we ask them to come to the adoption event if they can, and if they have a dog in their house, to bring that dog along. See how the dogs interact, the adoptable dog interacts with the people, the potential adopters.
Uh-huh.
If there's no connection at all, we'll say, well, maybe this isn't the right dog for you. Maybe you could try this one, or maybe check back in a week or two and we'll have some new dogs.
Yes.
And with the cats, they usually will come to either to the adoption events, or sometimes the fosters will take them to the adopter's house. And again, just to kind of make sure that the animals are going to get along and that the people do have some kind of a bond.
Yes.
With with the animal.
Uh-huh.
With the dogs, we do a home check. We're not checking on you. We're not checking your housekeeping or anything like that. We want to make sure that the environment is safe for the animal. If you've got a fenced-in backyard, if it's a fence that's tall enough, if you're considering adopting a husky or a German Shepherd or a larger dog, that the dog won't be able to jump over the fence.
Yes.
If you've got a wrought iron gate, that the animal can't squeeze through the gate. Because if you're considering adopting a 5-pound Chihuahua and you've got a gate that's got like 8 inches between the poles, that dog can get out of there in a minute.
Yes.
So we're just looking to make sure that things are safe. If you've got a pool, to make sure that you understand that if the dog is out there alone, they could fall in the pool if you don't have a fence. We don't require fences around the pools, but we want to make sure you understand that you have to watch the dogs until they are used to the pool. Even if it's a Labrador, you still have to make sure that the dog is aware of the pool and is feeling comfortable with the pool.
Sure. And now with the foster families, have you had it where, as time goes on, they become so attached to the dog, they call and say, we want to keep this dog?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Yeah, we call that a foster fail, which is a good thing. It sounds bad, but it's a good thing, because we know our fosters are good people. We know they love animals. So if they decide they want to adopt that animal, absolutely.
Yes.
We love that when that happens.
Do you make sure that they find a replacement foster family?
Well, no, we don't. We don't have that as a requirement. But a lot of times they will still foster.
I know.
It just depends.
So
we had one of our best fosters failed on her. I don't remember if it was her first or second dog, but she's probably fostered 30 or 40 since then. She's been with us a while.
Gotcha.
She loves fostering, and she does a really good job.
Great. On that nice positive note, we're going to take another brief sponsorship break. Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back.
Tariffs, pandemics, rising inflation. The Joshua Dowden team is ready when volatility happens. Markets fluctuate for reasons nobody can control. Don't let the headlines drive your financial plan. The Joshua Dowden team at Priority Wealth Partners has served Summerlin retirees for 3 decades. Our 5-tier risk management strategy matches our strategies with your goals, with plans designed for your assets to be there when you need them. Conveniently located at the heart of downtown Summerlin. Call Joshua Dowden today or visit DowdenFinancialServices.com.
Country roads take me home to the place where I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Comes a triple yodel. Adi-yodelay, the-little-lee-oh, the-little-lee-oh, oh-oh-wee.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back, Mary, Executive Director of Puppy.
Yes.
Rhymes with puppy, got to remember. So, okay, one thing I noticed too on your website, that volunteers, it can be community service fulfillment.
Yes.
And there could be quite a few of our viewers out there that might have community service requirements. So,
Yes.
So what do they do in the way if they become a volunteer for community service to fulfill?
Well, we will have to track their hours, of
Sure.
course. Depending on what the reason is for the community service. If it's for school, they usually ask us to write a letter to say that they completed X number of hours. If it's for whatever other reasons there may
Okay,
be,
sure.
again, we usually have to give them a letter stating that they completed the service. We would like them to make at least a 3-month commitment.
Okay.
to volunteering to get their service, even if they only need like 10 hours. Because by the time they get trained and we get them into the system and everything, if they leave after 10 hours, that's kind of makes it
Yes.
hard on us.
Yes.
So we'd like at least a 3-month commitment.
And then what do they do? What capacity do you utilize there?
With the dogs,
Service.
it is helping out at the adoption events, which is helping we set up a table and,
Okay.
handouts and stuff. So it help with set up and tear down. Hold the dogs, take them for walks during the event because we're there for 3 hours, so the dogs can get a little antsy.
Yes.
Help with transport if they're available, like we have to run them to the vet or something like that. Bring them to adoptions if the foster isn't able to transport for one reason or another, if they can go and pick up the dog at the foster's home and bring it to adoptions. With the cats, it's helping out at the condos, cleaning litter boxes, making sure they've got fresh food and water, playing with the cats. Since it's in a closed room, they can close the door and lock it and let the cats out so that they can play. We have a cat tree and toys and stuff so that they can play
Okay.
a little bit and
Fine.
get out of the box, so to speak.
Nice. No, not nice. So let's talk. You've got 4 adoption locations, and we're going to put a flyer up on the screen, and they're all at PetSmart, and they have them mainly on Saturdays. Is that correct? And
For the dogs, it's on
the
Saturday.
dates and times, they're all on your website,
Yeah.
but they'll be able to sit on this thing here.
Yeah. The dogs are on Saturdays from 10 until 1,
Mhm.
unless it's a holiday weekend. Normally, we won't be there on holidays, but depending on the holiday we make
Yes,
and when the holiday falls.
sure.
The cats are there 7 days a week. So anytime that somebody is in the PetSmart, if they want to look and see what's available, and then they can always call us to say that they want to meet a particular cat. The room is locked,
Uh-huh.
so they can't just walk in and play because unfortunately sometimes people are not nice, and they've been known to take the cats out without anybody even noticing it.
Oh, wow.
So that room is locked unless we have a volunteer on staff there.
Yes. And so you have somebody that makes sure that there's volunteers at these.
Yeah, we have
adoption
shifts for the
locations?
volunteers.
Shifts, okay.
Yeah, the Saturday ones, again, it's from 10 to 1, so different people. We've got, quite a few volunteers, but they can't always all make it every Saturday.
Yes.
So we'll schedule enough to help so that we have at least one handler for each dog normally, and then 1 or 2 extra people so that we can take breaks and whatever.
Okay. Nice.
Excuse me.
Okay. Now you already mentioned that you're totally manned by volunteers. There's no paid staff. Who does all the reviewing of the applications when people are applying for adoption or to become a foster?
We have a adoption board on each side, cats and dogs, and it's usually 2 or 3 people, and they will review the applications and ask any questions that may come up. If we see a question that didn't get answered on the application or something, we do require, if you have animals in your house already, that they be spayed or neutered before we will adopt to you.
Okay.
So if it says no, we will call and ask why
Yes.
to see if it's like, oh, well, I have the appointment scheduled for next week. Okay,
Yes.
that's,
Yes.
that's fine. If it's because we don't believe in that, well, then I'm sorry, we won't be adopting to you
Yes.
because it is a law in Clark County. So,
Yes. Yes. And a lot of people probably don't know that either.
they may not. They may
Yes.
not.
I'd like to talk a little bit about your funding and fundraisers, but let's talk apart from the fundraisers because you've got one coming up and we want to talk about that. How do you get funded? Does the revenue mainly come from the adoption fees? That
The adoption fees, yeah. And we do have a few people that donate on a regular basis.
Yes.
We have donation cans, so to speak, sitting out at the adoption events. So if you want to throw your change in from your purchase at PetSmart, you can, we will take that as well.
Yes.
And
Is there a
That's
reason
about
why your adoption locations are all at PetSmart and you don't have them at Petco?
we just don't have enough volunteers to staff. And right now we don't have enough animals because we don't have enough fosters. So we can
Yes.
get more fosters and we can get more volunteers, then we can get more locations.
I hope you're hearing that, folks. If you're interested in fostering and helping out, and so we can get more of these foreclosed upon pets or abused pets taken care of, there's a whole system in place. You just need the volunteers
Yep.
to sign up.
Yep. Volunteers is the most important part of what we do.
Okay. So let's talk. You have a fundraiser coming up on August the 13th, Mary.
August the 16th.
16th, I beg your
Yes.
pardon. August 16th. Tell us a little bit about it, please.
It is our annual fundraiser. We do one a year, and this is where we do get most of our funds to keep us going throughout the year. It will be at the Meadows School over off of Lake Mead and Rampart. It's from 5 until 8 p.m. on the 16th. We will have raffle items, silent auction items. We have a DJ with music throughout the night. There's usually beer and wine available, waters. We have a buffet dinner. This year it's going to be a Polynesian theme.
Nice.
So it's usually a fun evening, and
Yes.
everything goes to help the animals.
And there's more information. People can go to the website and
Yes.
sign up for that, or
Yes.
is there a phone
Yes.
number they can call?
They can call either the main phone number or there is a link on the website. Now, our registration is closing very soon, so we need to know as soon as possible if you
Yes.
plan to attend.
Yes.
But we've come close to selling out. Last year, we came very close to selling out, but
Yes. Well, hopefully you will this
We
year
hope so.
too. But they do need to RSVP. They
Yes.
can't just pitch up on the fly.
well, you might not get to eat if you just show up.
Unless they pinch from somebody else's
Well,
plate.
yeah, I guess I
Um,
can skip a meal once or twice.
What would you say is the biggest challenge facing your organization? Lack of foster volunteers?
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest problem is lack of fosters. If we have more fosters, we can save more animals. And the more animals we save, the fewer end up at the foundation. And unfortunately, some of them have to be euthanized because they run out of room.
Wow. Well, there's certainly a calling there, folks. If there's any way you can help out, you're doing amazing work with your organization, FUPPY.
Thank you.
Please keep up the good work. Would you like to share with our viewers how they can get in touch with you? Your website, your
Sure.
phone number, email?
Our website is www.forecloseduponpets.org. And that's all spelled out. The phone number is area code 702-272-0010. And the email is forecloseduponpets@hotmail.com. And we'll answer you usually within 24 hours
Cool.
because, again, we don't have a paid staff, so we all get to it
Volunteers.
when we can.
Well, bless you for all for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you.
It's amazing that you're out there helping these foreclosed upon pets and also abused pets.
Yeah.
You know, there are abused animals out there, and you're trying
And,
desperately to
yeah.
take care of those as well, and that's got to be doubly hard.
Sometimes, unfortunately, even if they're owned animals, they're still abused.
Yes. Well, that's true too. So, okay. Well, thank you again, Mary, for taking the time out and for
Thank
being
you,
with
Stephen.
us today.
It's a
Really
pleasure to meet you,
appreciate it.
and we appreciate you having us.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. You're doing yeoman work there. So, and I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in today. I hope you've enjoyed this program. If you know of any animal lovers out there who would be interested in fostering or adopting, please reach out to Mary and the Foreclosed Upon Pets organization. They'd love to hear from you, clearly, as we've heard from Mary. If you have any comments or questions, please reach out to me at stephen@thegiftofgiving.vegas. I'd love to hear from you. I'd also like to thank John Stars, our show's producer and station owner of WWDBTV. And I'd certainly like to thank our sponsors. We would not have a show without them. They're Pacific Coast Capital, Priority Wealth Partners, Firelight Barn, and the late RJ Champion. You'll hear his message right at the end of this program. And also Friends of the Gift of Giving program. These are the anonymous donors who care to support our program, and their donations are greatly appreciated. Once again, I thank you for tuning in. I hope we'll see you again next week. In the meantime, please be safe, Be kind to one another, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDBTV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.